Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Honestly, I got into the spirit of being like, I just want to yap on the internet, from time to time. I'm trying to figure out what I want this channel to be, and I want it to be authentically me. I do want to post vlogs and things like that, but I also want to share story times because I feel like I have so many like crazy stories or funny stories that like I can't really share in depth on TikTok or Instagram because you only have a minute and you got to grab people's attention. But on YouTube, I can like give you the real tea, flesh it out, let you know what's going on, y'all. So let's get into it. Today I have a story time of my worst dates in New York City. It's going to be a collection of first dates and also like maybe just guys that I've dated and these crazy dates that we've had over the years. I've been in New York City for about 10 years in August, 10 full years. So I've been through a lot of it, okay? It's been a lot of shit. The dating scene here is just not it, honestly. Anywho, I've been on some crazy dates in New York and I've been on some really good dates, but we want to hear the tea, right? If you want to hear the good ones too, I can make another video, but this is the tea. So I'm going to cue you guys in and let you know, here are some of the worst dates I have been on in New York City. Okay. One of the worst dates I went on was actually not a first date. It was a guy I had been seeing for a while. And this guy, from the very beginning, was like all about me, which I loved. I literally loved this. I feel like it came at a time that I really needed it. I was right out of college and I was first living in my own New York City apartment with my roommates. And I don't know, this guy was just very much all about me. Like he would take me out and then he would immediately be like, when can I see you again? All this stuff. Let's go on a trip together. Let's do a little OD, but it was kind of nice. Sometimes you want your ego stroked. Let's be real. We're all human. But one thing about this guy that like I didn't like was he would always make it a point to talk about money, like how much money he had. So he was not from the US. He was an international student. But he always was just like, yeah, I have a driver back home. I started a tech company back home. Like all this stuff. He would always make it a point to talk about money, but then he would always take me to like cheap places and he would like act like he couldn't afford to pay for it. So it's like, do you come from money and you're just like acting cheap, or are you just broke and you're pretending that you come from money? You know what I mean? So it was just like, I never knew. Like he was going to LA the first weekend we met and I was like, oh, how was your trip? Like, was it expensive? Whatever. And he's like, when I go on vacation, I just spend what feels right. I don't think about money. Okay. I don't know. Like, it's just like he would say things like that. He would talk about like all the money he had in his country. But then he'd be like, oh, let's go get $3 dumplings, which there's no harm. Like, I love a good cheap meal in New York. I'm not saying that. But it was just weird that he was always like looking for like the cheapest places. And you talk about how much money you have. Like, I had just graduated college. He was still in college. So I'm like, broke college students in New York City is not a foreign concept. If you don't have it, just like, don't pretend you do. I don't know. It just gives inauthentic. It gives fake. It gives brokey. Okay. We see each other for a month and a half. And then he's like, oh, I want to see you. I'm coming back from an event. So I'm like, oh, meet me at like this bar near my house, whatever. He meets me at a bar near my apartment. And I specifically wanted to go to that bar because they had $3 drinks, $3 shots, like $3 everything, like for their happy hour, and their happy hour went all day. If you are in Brooklyn, it's called Old Timers. I don't know if it still exists, but it was the best spot, happy hour all day, almost every day. And the happy hour ran till 10 p.m. So it was like such a good spot if you wanted to just go chill. They had a pinball machine. Like it was just like a cute, like divey bar. Okay. So I was like, cool. I used to live like 3 minutes away from there at my old apartment. And I was like, let's meet there. We meet over there. I forget when we're there that it was cash only. Like I wasn't thinking about that because I was on my way from an event. So I was like, okay, I can pop over here and then go home, like whatever. So we're at the bar, we're getting drinks, whatever. I think we each get like 2 drinks, right? So this is like $6 per person at this point. And he is like, oh, can you Venmo me for the drinks? Because I forgot to bring cash. And he's like, he takes cash out and he's like, can you Venmo me for the drinks? That is like such a red flag too, because I'm like, how are you going to sit here and talk about all the fucking money you have and you want me to Venmo you for a $6 drink? Like, that's fucking weird, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, even if I go out with my friends and it's like a $6 thing, like, I'll just get one round, they'll get the next round. Or, like, I'll get it this time and then the next time we go out, you know what I mean? But it's like, you got a driver, you got a chef, you got XYZ, you spend money that feels right, but you want me to Venmo you for a $6 drink. That already told me in my head, I was like, I will never see this man again. So in my head, I was mentally like, I will never see him again. But mind you, we're still there. We're still actively like, we have a full drink in our cups. I was like, you know what? I'll send it to you like in a little bit. We're still talking. Second time, while we're there, he's like, oh, can you send me the money? This man asked me 4 times to Venmo him for a $6 drink. Not only that, but then during the date, he tries to put his hands down my shirt. The audacity is just like insane. Like honestly, like sometimes I wish I could be in a man's head and just have that type of audacity towards other people, because that is crazy. Oh my God. I was like, I am going home. Like, are you kidding? You are going to try and charge me for this drink and then also actively try and get in my pants? Like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude, okay? So I end up Venmoing him, and I literally never speak to this man again. And mind you, the whole date, he's like weird. He's like, I'm so scared. Like every time I see you, I think it's gonna be the last time I'm gonna see you again, because I feel like you don't like me that much and this and that. And like so like insecure and like always saying this stuff. And I'm like, dude, like, I did like you, but the way you behaved was so crazy. And maybe that's why. Maybe he was like, oh, I was going to drop him. Maybe that's why he asked me to vent. I don't know. But either way, it was weird as hell. So anyway, he proceeds to continue to message me, and I proceed to not respond. And then I think he blocked me again. I don't know. I could be blocked. I could not be blocked. I told this story on TikTok. Maybe he saw it and then blocked me again. I'm not sure. The whole thing was just weird. And it was weird because this man literally, like, when I say he was like, I don't know if he was trying to love bomb me, but like it would be like after the first date, he's like, I want to walk you home. Like, I want to like call me when you get home, be on the phone with me until you get home. Like after every date, he'd be like on vacation, sending me pictures of everything he was doing. He would be like, oh my God, my friends just can't believe I'm dating you. Like they think there's no way you're dating a guy like me. Like it was kind of just like weird. The things he would say, it's like, you're like, I don't want to say he's trying to love bomb me, but like, he was definitely like going all in, but then not trying to show it when it came to other things. Like you don't want to pay for like $3 dumplings. You don't want to pay for a $6 drink. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But why are you talking about money so much, about your driver and this and that and your chef and like all these amazing things that you have and how you have paid for school out of pocket and you don't have to worry about it? Mind you, he was going to NYU. NYU is a very expensive school. You're talking about all these things, but yet you like don't want to pay $6 or I don't know. Just like the whole thing was weird. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. And I've not seen this guy since 2019. I've not spoken to him since like 2020. So deuces. Oh, and then I have a really bad date story that's actually more recent. This is like, I'm just going to say, took place this year. It is currently April of 2025, and it took place this year. I'm not going to say when. Granted, I don't think this guy even follows me on anything, so it's fine. But I matched with this guy on Hinge, and I'm like, okay. Mind you, at the time, I was like down bad. I was like, you know what? I need to start seeing people. I need to get out of my box. I need to get out of my bubble. I need to start, like just trying to hype myself up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on a date with this guy. He's really sweet, like leading up to it in messages. Can't wait to meet you, like all this stuff. Something in me, again, it's that motherfucking intuition, okay? It's pure. I'm like, I am not giving this man my number. I'm going to give him my Google Voice number. I don't know what it is, but every once in a while, my intuition is just like, don't give this man your phone number. I give him my Google Voice number and thank the Lord that I did, okay? I go to the date, and as soon as I get there, this should have told me the date was going to be fucking weird. I should have just listened to myself and like not even continued it. But we get in there, we go sit at a table. So like, we're not getting served right immediately. Like we're just sitting at the table with like water. And honestly, I should have just like left before they ever took our order. But as soon as we sit down, he's like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe the craziest thing just happened to me. And he's like, there was a man who was in a wheelchair, and he just came up to me and he was like, give me all your money. And I was like, no. And then we just looked at each other, and he went off. Knowing this man, I think that was a joke. I don't think he was serious about this interaction. But in the moment, I didn't know him. So I was like, oh, that's really crazy. Like, wow. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, crazy interaction. The way the rest of the date went, I just feel like this man was lying. I feel like that was like his like humor trying to make me laugh or something. But I just like didn't know what to say to that. I don't know. Anyway, as the date goes on, I realized this man's fucking weird. Like, he literally like one, maybe he's just quiet, shy, whatever, but it's like, I would be like, oh, so like, where are you from? And he's like, Connecticut. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, cool. Is it nice? Like, and he's like, it's cool. I just don't understand people like that. If you are going on a date, do you not care to talk? Like, speak. Like, like, what is going on? Like, so I'm like pulling teeth, okay? Like carrying this date on my motherfucking back, okay? Pulling teeth. I'm like, okay. I ask him, I'm like, do you have any siblings? And he goes, no. I was like, oh, what was it like being an only child? Like, how did you feel? Did you want siblings? And he's like, oh, I was just kidding. I have 3 siblings. Like, just weird. Like, why did you lie? Like, I don't know. That's why I'm saying the stuff in the beginning that he was saying. I think that was supposed to be a joke too. Because this was like a joke. He's like, oh, I was just joking. I have siblings. But it's just like weird because I don't know you. And I don't know like that's a joke. Because he said it with like a straight face. Like, it was definitely not joking. So it's like, oh, turns out he has a twin. And then he has like 2 older sisters or something. And I'm like, that's just weird. Why did you lie? Like, anyway. And then at one point I told him I was really into acting and I came to New York originally to get into acting and modeling and like the arts. And he's like, oh, what do you like about acting? Pretending to be someone else? Oh. I was like, what? It's like, man down. Like, what the fuck? Like, why did he come for me like that? But I was like, no, that's actually not what acting is. Maybe on the surface level, but it's so much deeper than that. And you learn so much about empathy and all these other things as an actor. Whatever. It wasn't worth even explaining it to him because I was just like, okay, me and you are on different wavelengths. You are not someone that I would even have in my circle, like at that point. Because like, just the way he responded to things was weird. Like I was like, oh my God, my sisters taught me so much. I loved having older sisters. And he's like, what do they teach you? What'd you need to learn? Like, I don't know. It was just very weird. Like, very weird, very awkward. Like, and I think maybe he just doesn't have good social skills and he just doesn't understand like human interactions, but it was giving weird. And I just felt so uncomfortable that like literally within 20 minutes of the date, right when our drinks got delivered, which I should have just not even gotten a drink. I should have just told them because it was like painful trying to like get through. I don't think I finished my drink. I think I drank like less than half of it and I was like over it. But like before the drinks even got delivered, I went to the bathroom and I was texting my friends like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. Like it's getting weird. Okay. It's getting weird. And they're like, okay, make up that your roommate is sick or something like that. And I'm like, okay. I go back. We chit chat for a little bit longer and I was hoping it would get better. And then like he, with his 1-word answers and shit like that, I just like got to the point that I was just like, I stopped trying to play ball. I was like, I'm not playing ball. You're going to give me a 1-word answer. We're going to sit here and we're going to look at each other. Like, what's good? Miley, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to ask you a question and you're either going to lie or like not answer, like, or just say 1-word answer, like, I'm not going to continue to try. Like, mind you, this is like 40 minutes. This is like 40 minutes right now, like, which felt like the longest 40 minutes of my fucking life, okay? And I'm like, finally, like, okay, I'm just like not playing ball anymore. And then he's like, oh, like, do you want to go back to my place? I have a bottle of red wine. You like red, you like white? I have a bottle of wine. We could go back to my place, watch a fun movie. It was giving delusion. Like, it was giving delusion. We've been sitting here in silence. I'm like, what? We've been sitting here in silence for like 5 minutes and you're going to ask me to go to your place. In hindsight, I probably should have just got up and left before he even asked me this preposterous question. Like, this insane question. I'm like, we've been sitting here in silence, dude. Are we experiencing the same thing? Sorry, I feel like I sound like such a bitch telling this story, but it was just the most insane thing. And I was like, no. I told him, I was like, no, I have an early morning. I'm going home. And he's like, oh, okay. We go to the front, and then he's like, well, then do you want to pay for your drink? Gladly. Yep, gladly. Pay for my drink. And then we walk out, and literally, I don't even know if we hugged goodbye. I think we both were just like, bye. And I literally walked out of there, unmatched him. as I was walking to the train. I don't think I blocked his number, but I just never texted him, and I unmatched him immediately. I was like, dude's weird, okay? And also, like, I hate when people can't catch a vibe. Like, we sat there in silence, and then you want me to go back to your house, and I'm guessing in your mind we're gonna hook up. Like, that was never what it was giving. It never gave that. Okay, so this story is actually pretty recent. I think it's like maybe last summer, or like, yeah, end of last summer. So I was like just in this rut, and I was like, oh my God, I need to like go on a date, right? Like, it was a Friday night. I didn't have shit to do. I'm someone who gets a lot of FOMO, and I was like, I need to do something. So I literally just like scheduled like 3 dates like within 2 days. Like, I went on like 3 first dates. And 2 of these stories come from that back-to-back date. So 3 first dates in 2 days. And, you know, in hindsight, probably wasn't the best decision, but I was bored. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. This story is Thursday night on my 3-date extravaganza. Okay. So this was date number 1. And I was going out with this guy who I met on Tinder, and he seemed pretty normal at first. He literally wanted to FaceTime before the date, which I was like, okay, green flag. And this guy's like a beefy, like gym bro, super hot, whatever, which I'm like, I need to take a step back from, but if loving a gym bro is a crime, lock me up, okay? Anyway, so we go out, we go to get drinks, and I'm like, okay, perfect, whatever. I had an event earlier in the evening, so I was like, okay, I can just meet you after the event. So I was meeting him at like 8:30, and I love doing that because I don't want to like get all dolled up, do my makeup, and then have a bad date. So I love having a date like after I'm already doing something else or before I'm already doing something else. So then it just is like a stop along the way. You know what I mean? So I literally go to meet up with him, and one, he's significantly shorter than I expected. Like, he's shorter than me, and I'm pretty short. I'm like 5'6.5", and he was easily giving like 5'3". But you know what? We give chances. We listen. We don't judge. We're going to give a chance, okay? We'll get into it. Anyway, so we sit down, we start talking. He's cute, looks just like his pictures, whatever. This was the most condescending man I think I have ever been on a date with. For starters, he would literally talk about, well, one, he said he worked for a Fortune 500 company. And then when I asked him, he's like, I can't really talk about it. He's like, just know I'm like high up there. It's giving you don't work for a Fortune 500 company. Also, I'm pretty sure he lived at home just based on like what he was saying and the way the date unfolded. I'll get into it in a little bit, which is fine, whatever. If you're born and raised in New York, I find a lot of guys who are born and raised in New York still either live at home or live very close proximity with their families. And that's okay. But it was just like, he was so arrogant throughout the date that at one point he literally looked around and he was like, look around here. Not a lot of people look like me. Like, look at me. Like, I'm a high value man. Like, literally that type of energy. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. I got to go. And then here's the kicker. So that's why, this is why I think he lives at home. He kept trying to get me. He was like, oh, do you want to like get a hotel around here for the night? Like, do I look like a hooker to you? I'm sorry. What is going on? So that was weird. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he lived at home. Just like the way he was saying things and how he wanted to go to this hotel so badly and like didn't have a home to go to. Mind you, he drives. So if you drive and you've got a home, like why wouldn't you, or you're married, maybe you have someone at home and you don't want them to find out. I don't know. Whole date was weird. The whole time all he did was talk about himself and how beefy he was and how like fit he was and like all these things. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. Next. Okay. He did drive me home though, which was nice. We did not get a hotel. But yeah. And then, oh my God, I forgot about this. And then like he was texting me that night, you sure you don't want to like, for me to come pick you? No, what the fuck? Next day, he's literally like, oh, I want to corrupt you. Like, can I come get you? Like, let's chill. Let's chill. If you are like the hottest guy in the world and not a lot of people look like you, like, you don't have to try this hard, dude. Okay? Anyway. So, that was date number 1 on my date extravaganza. Okay. Date number 2 was on Friday night. And the reason I did a double booking was because I already was getting like some type of vibe from date number 2. Like he just was giving me like, something was off. And I don't know what it was, but something was off, okay? And then I found out, okay? So this guy looked a little bit young in his profile, but he was cute. I don't know, he just kind of gave me like 90s fine type vibes. Like he was cute, like a small fro-ish, but he was just like so cute. And I was like, okay, let's try it out. But like I said, I was getting a little bit of weird vibe. Like when my intuition tells me, don't give this man your real number, give him the Google Voice number that you have, I already am like, I feel like the date's gonna be weird. And I'm right every single time. So pro tip to you ladies, don't ever give a man your phone number unless you guys are really like locked in talking. If you're just going on a first date and you don't know the vibe, give him a Google Voice number. And then you can always tell him later, hey, by the way, I didn't give you my phone number. Like, I lied. And you know what? If he likes you by that point, it's not a big deal. So, period. Anyway, so date number 2. We go to a sushi restaurant in Williamsburg. I'm vegetarian, but I do love a good like sweet potato roll. So I was like, okay, bet. We get there and he's acting weird. And he's like, I ordered 2 rolls, okay? Like, it came with like 6. So I got 2. So it was like 12. He gets 1. And maybe he had a small appetite, okay? But it's weird. He literally eats 2 pieces of sushi. 2 pieces of sushi. And he's like, oh, like, I'm so full, I can't eat anything else. Here I am with fucking a double roll, okay? Like, I have 2. I'm like, who gets full off sushi that quick? Like, I feel like even if I have, like, 6 pieces of sushi, I'm like, that's a snack. Like, call me big back, but that's a snack, okay? That is not, like, a full-on meal. It doesn't fill me up. Like, so I was like, you ate, like, 2 pieces and you are fucking full? So that already made me feel like some type of way. Like, I need a man who can eat, okay? A man who can eat. Let me stop. Anyways, well, he pays the bill, whatever. We go to the next spot. The next spot is like a bar. Mind you, the first date, I think I went on at like 7 and I was supposed to meet the next date at like 9:30, 10. Okay. So we still have time after the sushi. We go to a bar, you know, it's Williamsburg. It's like lively, whatever. This is like, it's still kind of warm outside at the time. So people are outside. So we go to the second spot, which is like this bar. And this guy gets like the menu and he can't understand what the menu is saying. And I'm pretty sure what it ended up being was like a beer and shot combo, but we weren't sure what it was. And I told him, I said, hey, if you don't know what it is, ask the bartender what this is. Like, is it a beer and a shot? Is it just a shot? Like, whatever. He goes, okay. He goes up there, talks to her for a little bit. I can't hear what's going on because it's a pretty crowded bar. And he's speaking to her, so I can't really hear like exactly what they're saying. He orders it and he's like, oh, it's shots. We'll just get shots. I'm like, okay, perfect. Tell me why it's a beer shot combo. It's a beer shot combo, okay? Which I don't drink beer, but I was like, I don't know, like, I guess he didn't drink beer either, but like, so now we're in the situation where we have these 2 beers and shots. Mind you, combo was not that expensive. Like, I think the combo was like $6 per combo. So like $12. So like, it was not expensive. He is like irate. Okay. He's like, oh my God, I thought this was just a shot. And I'm like, well, did you ask her? And he's like, yeah, she lied to me. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure she didn't lie to you. I'm pretty sure you either didn't hear her or you didn't actually ask the question. Because even when he was trying to ask her, he was very timid. Like, this is a very timid man. I don't know how to describe his like demeanor, but come to find out, he's a lot younger than what he said in his profile, and it gave young buck, okay? It gave that. He was like, oh my God, like, can you tell her we didn't want this? You're asking me? Excuse me? Aren't you a man? Like, sorry, okay, it sounds bad. But literally, you're asking me when you literally just spoke to her, you guys had a conversation, and now you want me to go and return the drink. It's not, like, that just pissed me off. I was like, you're the one that spoke to her. Tell her, like, because we hadn't even taken it yet at this point. I was like, just tell her you didn't understand. Like, he's like, oh, can you do it? I realized then I was dealing with a child. Like, this was very much a child. I should have known after he didn't eat his whole sushi, when he only had those 2 pieces of sushi, I should have known then this was a child. It's giving child behavior, okay? Anywho, so then he goes to the waiter. He starts talking to her. Somehow it escalates and they are like full on yelling at each other, like yelling. And everyone at the bar is like looking around and I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, I do not know this man. Like, I hope you guys don't think I'm with him. Please. It's not my man. This is not my man. So I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like texting the other guy like, hey, I might be there early. I might be here early. I'm on my way. But anyway, so I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, what the heck? The guy comes back up to me and he's like, yeah, so we have to pay for it. Do you mind paying for it? Oh my God, I'm already like so turned off and like annoyed. I'm like, I'm just gonna pay and I'm gonna take these shots and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because what the hell? Pay for it. I take the shot and as I'm walking out the door, I literally am like unmatching him. I'm like, have a good one. Like, you'll never see me again. It was just the weirdest situation. Like, this guy was so childish. Yeah, so I unmatched him and thankfully I gave him a Google Voice number so he didn't have my number to begin with, but very, very weird. And like I said, he ended up being younger than what he was on his profile, so it all made sense. It all made sense. I hope that makes you feel better about your own dating life. If you got any worse first date stories, let me know. Drop them in the comments below. Girls, dating in New York is fucking hard. And if you have good first date stories, oh my God, drop those too. You know what? The girls need hope. Like, we need hope. Hope core, please. Drop the bad dates, drop the good dates, and we're in this together. But yeah, I want to start doing more chatty videos and just sharing like my experiences. I feel like I've had so many crazy experiences here and you know, I love New York and I love the experiences and crazy stories I've had because it lets me like talk about it. But yeah, let me know what more you want to see. And I will see you next time. Love you.